That man. I'm back again, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I do. I talk sports, baby. You know, all kind of sports, baby. Now, the kind of subject I'm discussing today. Once again, it's another first take clip, man. You know what's up, okay? What I'm discussing today is who in today's athletic world is as dominant as Shaq. We know who Shaq is. 7'2", 330 pounds. 4 NBA championship appearances. Just one of the best players to ever do it, man. Let's tune into this first take-ish and let's see what they gotta say. Then I'll tell y'all what I gotta say, man. Like, comment, subscribe for your boy, man. Holla.
Who is the closest athlete in sports to have Shaq-like dominance?
Giannis is like, he's the best center in the game, really. That's in the modern game. That's really the position he plays, kind of. He plays big in the playoffs, too. That's why he can't get his own shot the way you think maybe he can when you watch him in the regular season. And that was Shaq. Understand, Shaq was unstoppable. What'd he say? He's a freak. The freak. You know, what did Shaq say about his nickname, Superman? No one can have it. Until he saw this guy, said, yeah, this guy can have it because he goes hard to the paint, right? Here's the thing about Giannis. Like Shaq couldn't win a championship until he had a superstar-level guy who could get his own shot playing with him. And even Penny wasn't enough. And they had a crew. Penny and a crew wasn't enough. Kobe Bryant was enough. Dwayne Wade was enough, having the best fun.
Kobe Bryant was enough. Rest in greatness, Kobe.
Final series since Jordan, right? That's what Shaq needed. It's not that Shaq wasn't unstoppable and totally dominant. It's that style player needs that. Now, Giannis has a really nice team built around him. He doesn't have someone like that. So even if he doesn't win a championship this year with the best record in the league, he is still the most like Shaq in any sport that we have right now.
Well, I think you think of Shaq, you put him on a team, you automatically become a title contender, a player like that. And I went to individual sports. Maybe it's unfair to do that, but I think of somebody who, when you put them out there, they play the game differently than other people. And they are impacting the game in a way that everyone has to adjust. That's why I went with Serena Williams. While she is not at her peak, when Serena Williams was playing, she looked differently than everyone else for a number of reasons, and she played differently than everyone else, and everyone had to...
I just have to say, Serena is the greatest women's tennis player ever, okay? And I'm waiting to see a woman that's going to be better than Serena because in her prime, she was that tough to beat, okay? So I'm definitely with Dominique Foxworth, man. Man, keep spitting that gas, baby, okay? That, man.
Adjust to her. The other person, another individual athlete that I thought of in this situation was Tiger Woods. Again, somebody that was so great and so talented and so unique that they start changing courses. And as soon as he shows up, he is the prohibitive favorite. So those are the type of people that I think of. I guess you can't use the same analogy. You drop on a team, they become dominant because they are the team. But there are people who change their sport. And I see Shaq as that type of person where when he came in, everyone looked up and was like, oh, my gosh, that's different. We haven't seen that before. And I think the same is true for Giannis, but Giannis hasn't reached that level necessarily for Shaq because Shaq was clearly the most dominant player in the NBA when he was at his peak.
Yeah, see, the today part stuck with me because I thought about somebody like Serena Williams because that, I think, would be an example. Because the thing about Shaq was you almost have to separate this from, like, winning and team success and stuff like that because for Shaq, that was always an up-and-down proposition. But like, the dude showed up in the league. I'm bigger than everybody else. I'm actually quicker than most of you dudes. There's something physically about him that just makes him stand out above everybody. I went with your boy Mahomes on this one just because that arm and everything that he can do with it, this is purely something like what are we here to do with that? Because I couldn't really think of like a football player right now that was just so physically dominant that just by virtue of sheer size and like how in the world did this happen, that would be it. So who dominates just on what they can do with their bodies before we get to anything else? That dude right there is the one that goes. So for me, it's not necessarily about whether you're physically overwhelming people in the way that we think about with Shaq. Just what can your body do that you're just like, I can't believe humans can do
Yeah,
this.
I think you both picked MJ. Like, Tiger Woods was the MJ of golf, right? Like, he towered above the field. Serena towered above the field.
Man, Max, not everything's about Jordan, okay? Yes, Jordan was great, but the question was of this era. Okay? Who's still playing? Okay? Golly, this man.
Field. Mahomes right now towers above the field. 2 years in the league, from MVP to final to Super Bowl MVP. That's MJ stuff, right? Shaq was among the best, for a time the best, but it was more like the day, you said it, as soon as he stepped out. I remember the first All-Star game. The Western Conference was like, MJ won MVP of the All-Star game because the Western Conference was like, this rookie is not going to be MVP. They're playing 5-on-1 every time he touched the ball. Like, it's got to be someone who's like Zion could do it, but not yet. But he could be, he's just physically different.
But that's why I'm surprised he went with Giannis, because the thing about Shaq was, even when those teams were winning, there was nothing you could do with Shaq. We've seen people do it to Giannis, right? We've seen them figure out how you can shut that down with Shaq. And I guess in part a different game at the time because it was harder to double team. But we know what teams are going to do with Giannis. With Shaq, you just got to hope that these other dudes just go sorry for the rest of the game.
This is just like, I think, a credit to Shaq, because I don't think any of us are wrong, but we all like different people for different reasons. And I think the reason why I liked him and the people that I chose is because he was just different and special. He came in the game, we were like, wow, what do we do with
really
that?
Made an impact.
And, he made an impact that everyone had to then.
Man, hold on. All right. Shaq was Shaq, okay? The only player to be that dominant ever, okay? Shaq is the most dominant player ever. Now, let me name my few. We got to go with Floyd, okay? Floyd is dominant, okay? Not the same way Shaq is dominant, but you can't beat Floyd, so therefore, he needs to be in this conversation. Next thing I'm going to go with, I got to go with Tyson Fury. This is why. He beat Klitschko. He beat Wilder twice, as far as I'm concerned. Now, he's supposed to line up and meet Joshua this December. I think he's going to beat Joshua too. Okay? And if he beats Joshua, he definitely needs to be in this conversation. But anyways, like I said, this is that man Dooley. Appreciate you for being here, man. Comment, subscribe to your boy, man. Catch me at the NFL Draft next month, April 23rd through 25th, man. You know, I'll be there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? Holla at your boy. That man.